Is your Whirlpool dryer not heating up? Well, I'm Dustin with Parts Doctor, and today I'm going to show you how you can use a household item like a stovetop or a griddle to test and maybe replace your high-limit thermostat on this Whirlpool dryer. But this also applies to some other great manufactured brands such as Kenmore, Maytag, Amana, and more. So let's go turn up the heat and get your problem taken care of. If you need to purchase a new high-limit thermostat for your Whirlpool dryer, you can check out our website, partsdoctor.com, where we offer fast shipping and only sell manufacturer-approved genuine replacement parts for all major appliance brands. The high-limit thermostat is mounted on the heater box next to the heating element. The high-limit thermostat is a safety device that monitors the dryer's temperature and shuts off the heating element if the temperature exceeds a safe level to prevent overheating. If the high-limit thermostat fails, your dryer will either not heat up at all, or the dryer may overheat, which could cause the high-limit thermal fuse above the heating element to blow. If the high-limit fuse is blown, the high-limit fuse and thermostat should be replaced together at the same time. A failed high-limit thermal fuse or high-limit thermostat is often a sign of airflow restriction. If either has failed, the dryer and exhaust vent should be checked for airflow restriction. If you do not have an airflow problem, check the heating element for a short, as we'll show in another video linked in the description. Tools needed: 1/4 inch nut driver or socket, flathead screwdriver, multimeter, stove and a pan or a griddle, infrared thermometer. Before working on any appliance, please remember to disconnect it from the power. Before you move your dryer away from the wall, please disconnect the dryer vent hose on the rear of the machine. To access the high-limit thermostat, first take off the terminal cover by removing the 1/4 inch hex head screw at the top of the cover. Once the terminal cover is removed, you can remove the 1/4 inch screws holding the back panel to the machine. Set the back panel aside. With the back panel removed, you can see the metal chute called the heater box located on the right side of the rear of the dryer. The heating element makes up the bottom of the heater box. The high-limit thermostat is located on the left side of the heating element. Before we disconnect the wires connected to the thermostat, snap a photo of the connectors for reference later in the reassembly. Remove the 3 connectors attached to the high-limit thermostat. These connectors should be firmly attached to the thermostat, so they may be difficult to remove, but to prevent damage from the connectors, use your fingers to work them free. If you need to, use a needle nose pliers to gently remove them. Next, remove the high-limit thermostat by using a flat blade screwdriver to carefully lift the female spade connector up and off the heating element male spade connector. Once the female end is removed, slide the high-limit thermostat off the metal tab on the heating element. If your dryer is an older model, your thermostat may be attached with screws. Use the same process, being sure to note the wiring connector orientation. Once the thermostat is removed, we can quickly test it with a multimeter using the continuity setting. Using the continuity setting on the multimeter, touch the testing probes to the terminal on each side of the black plastic housing. If the multimeter shows continuity, the high-limit thermostat is working and will allow the dryer to heat. This thermostat is designed to open or lose continuity when it reaches the operating temperature, which in this case is 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Even if your thermostat shows continuity, it can still fail by not turning off the heating element at the proper temperature. I will use this burner and pan to heat the thermostat up to show you how it opens a circuit once the proper maximum temperature is reached. You can test your thermostat at home the same way, but be careful not to burn yourself or get the component too hot. With the heat on, use the infrared thermometer to assure that the surface is higher than 250 degrees Fahrenheit, but not so hot that it will damage the thermostat. Considering the high-limit thermostat is heavier on one end, I will use this wrench to hold the temperature sensor of the thermostat flat on the heated surface. You can use something similar or a kitchen utensil to apply pressure to the back of your thermostat, but be careful that you don't damage or melt your makeshift stabilizer. Using the multimeter, carefully hold a lead on each side of the thermostat to see if the thermostat opens and loses continuity when it reaches 250 degrees Fahrenheit. You may also hear a pop or click from inside the thermostat when it opens and closes. After the thermostat heats and loses continuity, Carefully and quickly move it to a temperature-safe surface and return the multimeter leads to the connectors. Continuity should return once the thermostat cools down approximately 80 degrees. If the thermostat doesn't open, or stays open, or seems to get stuck and not open and close at the correct temperatures, the high-limit thermostat should be replaced. If you need to purchase a new high-limit thermostat, make sure you get a manufacturer-certified replacement part, like the ones that we sell on our website, partsdoctor.com. We'll leave a link in the description below. You want to make sure that you're searching with the model number from the tag on your dryer to be sure you get the correct part. Install your new high-limit thermostat by facing the connectors out and sliding the hole on the thermostat to the metal tab on the heating element housing. Slide the female connector of the thermostat on the male connector closest to the front of the housing with the exposed coils. Be sure the thermostat connector is both very snug and pushed all the way on the male connector of the heating element. If the connection is loose, carefully close the gap of the female connector so it fits more firmly. A loose connector can cause overheating and corrosion, which will eventually lead to component failure. Reconnect the 3 wire connections. Reference the photo that you took earlier if you need to. On this model, the red wire and the white connector attaches to the top of the high-limit thermostat, while the orange wire with the L-shaped connector connects to the bottom of the high-limit thermostat. The remaining red wire with a bare female spade connector attaches to the male connector without a connection on the heating element. If this wire is discolored or shows signs of becoming hot, it should be replaced. I will link a video on how to do that below. Be sure all 3 connections are tight and fully connected. Reattach the back panel with 1/4-inch hex head screws and reinstall the terminal cover with the fastener at the top. Reconnect the exhaust vent hose and plug in your dryer. Well, that's all for today's video. Hopefully you found some value in it. I know I had a lot of fun making it, but maybe you're still having problems with your dryer. Check out the links in the description below. I've thrown in some commonly failed components that lead to a dryer not heating up. Until next time, I'm Dustin with the Parts Doctor. Thanks for watching and have a good day.